Good afternoon, once again, ladies and gentlemen, and of course for the first time on F1 2014, a league race. This is the Endurance Racing League's Russian Grand Prix, and we started with a wet qualifying. I do go purple twice here, but of course I really missed the beat on switching to the dry tyres, which we're coming off our second run here, just on the out lap on the inters, and realised that it's dry enough. We've only left ourselves 3 minutes, so not ideal with the dry phase of this qualifying session. And here we are crossing the line with around a minute to go. Not ideal at all, because the track is of course still evolving, and it's going to come to the people who set their lap times later in the session. We will go to provisional pole here, of course, by 1.9, but the agonising wait starts now. A lot of people improved there, and Dreglar going 2 seconds almost clear. And he gets the first pole position, perhaps in league racing in the world on F1 2014. Of course, with our season following the F1 calendar and postponing the Russian Grand Prix for 1 week for the game to come out and for a Russian circuit to be in a game, of course. But now we are on the grid for, as far as I know, the first ever league race on F1 2014, and what a prestigious race this would be to take victory in. That is of course our aim, as the championship is sewed up with 4 races on this game to go. Lights are out now. The first race in F1 2014. What a fantastic start. Of course his pads are OP. And we went straight past Dreglar. I think only myself and perhaps Cena use a pad in this league, so most people are definitely using the wheel. And we do make it to Rosberg's favourite corner in the lead, and we'll try not to relinquish that at all as we fly through this. Well, what a corner it is! It almost rips your neck off. Of course, we don't have any G-forces, but in real life it would rip our necks off. So, as we pass through here, this is a really nice section of corners, really enjoyable, but you can see our lead already building up there. Dreglar and then our teammate Crosso Dog in 3rd place. Pushing the limits of the track extension there as we come to lap 3. We've extended the gap to 2 seconds over Dreglar, and then so another 5 seconds. Back to the next car, but of course Dreglar with drive-through penalty for corner cutting on only lap 5. That's a really unlucky break for Dreglar, as the two of us really break away. And on lap 7, or at the end of lap 7, he does dive into the pits to serve his drive-through. Perhaps a bit overzealous in trying to keep up. And that's really the last we see of anyone in the whole race, other than to lap them, because we go on to have a 17-second lead after his transit through the pit lane. Of course he actually comes out second, so that's pretty impressive that we've built up that much of a gap already, and we extend that to around 20 seconds, as the engineer tells me 20 seconds. We'll make our initial pit stop on lap 14. First pit stop of F1 2014 on lap 14. Bit of a coincidence there, but I think Dreglar also pitted on that lap. So that's interesting that there's the same wear rate for the pad and the wheel at this track at least. But all of a sudden Dreglar drops back behind Crosso as we go purple there on lap 16. With a 40.9. So I'm not sure what happened to Dreglar. If there was another incident, perhaps with Crosso as he tried to come back through the field. But later Kart Dude destroys his vehicle on one of the DRS straights, unfortunately for him. And luckily for us though, there's no safety car. And all of a sudden we find ourselves with a 50-second lead, which really came out of nowhere. I think Dreglar actually had to serve a second drive-through penalty, and the lead actually got up to around 56 seconds. That was the biggest it was out of the entire Grand Prix. look at this, a lag spike of around half a second, I'd say, on lap 28. That really scared me, actually, so I might lose connection. But apparently a lot of people suffered that in this race, and we probably all had them at the same time. So I'm not sure if that was a host problem or anything. But anyway, on lap 28, we've got another 14 laps on these set of options. Gonna do a 3-stop. I think Kart Dude was on for a 1-stop at one stage, but he quickly found out that was unrealistic, and of course you saw that he bended in lap 17. We put on the prime tyres here, which I'm struggling with a lot as we get an invite from Nick No Name. I'll join you later, Nick. I think I did, actually. Anyhow, really struggled on these prime tyres. In fact, as you see here, the first flyer almost 2 seconds slower than my best on the previous set of options, which also had 14 more laps of fuel on them, and then the next lap improving again, but still not quite as fast. So these primes obviously pretty rubbish, and I only spent 11 laps on them before I pitted for a final set of option tyres. Just couldn't get the heat into them, it seemed, and my lap times never improved on the stint that preceded it, so that was an interesting thing. And yeah, no more scheduled pit stops after the third. I'm coming up to lap Fox Molds, second in the championship coming into this race, and I think he relinquishes that to dreglar. Especially now, I'm not sure what happens here, but just listen to this. I'm not sure if that was a stuck throttle or a rage quit, but really not like Fox to rage quit, so I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, look at this lovely section of corners here, this last sector. I don't think I got it better any other time than this one. This was lap 43, 43 my favourite number, of course. Just a coincidence, this happens to be the fastest lap of the race. And a really nice set of corners to have when you have good tyres. When your tyres are worn, it's absolutely horrible through that, particularly through that off camber and the reducing radius left-handers. Anyway, we go with a 39.3 there. Without DRS, that's pretty close to a pole time in the full dry conditions, so that was quite nice. And we lap 4th place there in Big Dog. So not really seeing anyone on our lap for the rest of the race. Dubsy sending us an invite there. As we come round the last sector of the first race on F1 2014, and I think this game really suits me. I really enjoy the handling model in this game, and absolutely incredibly happy to take this victory, the first Russian Grand Prix victory. Perhaps anyone scored in league racing.
Great job, what a win.
Thanks very much, guys, and next up is the Circuit of the Americas in a couple of weeks' time. I've been Jacko, and I'll see you then.